Hello, this is Meet Steve Group, and we would like to welcome you to watching our video on ultrasound sensors specifying on the Parallax ping ultrasonic sensor.
This is the Parallax ping ultrasonic sensor. It provides non-contact distance measurement in distances of from 2 centimeters to about 3 meters. The ping ultrasound sensor works by transmitting an ultrasonic burst and providing an output pulse that corresponds to the time required for the burst echo to return to the sensor. By measuring the echo pulse width and distance to the target can easily be calculated.
Hello and welcome to Meet Steve's representation, pictorially, of what ultrasound does for our robot. Meet Steve. He's a friendly robot that likes art. Steve is currently inside of his box, which we use to create art. Inside this box, A represents the spot that we want Steve to be on. B represents his current position, and C represents where he would be if he were moving in the incorrect direction. The arrows represent ultrasound signals being bounced off of the walls back to Steve. Steve, using a counting mechanism, can determine the space in between him and the wall. This all happens at the speed of sound. So say we want to determine the distance during drawing. Well, with ultrasound, we can tell Steve when to stop before he hits the wall. We can also determine the temperature. This is Steve. Steve is inside of his box. By using the length from the box that we have been told on several occasions is 80 centimeters, we can determine the temperature. This is also an ideal place to calibrate the ultrasound sensor. The ultrasound sensor functions differently at different temperatures. The temperature formula is considered Meet Steve property and will not be divulged in this video. Let's take a look at what ultrasound actually is. It's a type of sound that you cannot hear. It is above your range of hearing. Let's take a look at why ultrasound is better than infrared. Say you wanted to draw some art in a sun-filled area. The sun, emitting radiation, would interact with the IR sensors, infrared radiation sensors, giving them a false reading. This is Steve. Steve is inside of his box. The A is where we want Steve to go, and the lines from the sun represent radiation entering the apertures of Steve's IR sensors. In this circumstance, Steve would not function properly. However, with our backup of the ultrasound ping, we can still determine our position from the wall. However, if a tone generator is brought to the competition, Steve's accuracy could be downgraded. The previous explanation may have left you wanting to know more. Well, don't worry, we're going to tell you how this works. So this is our ping connected to our Arduino Uno. The ping is connected to the Uno 3 ways from the pins. One pin goes to the 5-volt power supply. Another pin goes to the ground, and the third pin goes to a logic input. Using this logic input, we can write code such as read digital input 6 and see what information is being put out by the ping. Right now, my mouse is circling over the activity button. If activity is taking place, the button will be flashing. Now my cursor is over the left side. This appears to be a speaker, but it's not. Actually, this is a speaker. It sends out an ultrasonic pulse, at which point is reflected from a wall or other solid object, and reflected back into the other side, where it is determined. Using a precise counting mechanism, it can determine how far away the wall is based on the speed of sound. And that's all you need to know about pings. Alright, we're going to close out our program with some facts about the ping. So the ping claims to provide very precise measurement. However, there's a 2 to 3 centimeter leeway range, and that is not ideal for art. Keep in mind this is also affected by temperature and other considerations. The ping has simple pulses, which means it just sends a pulse out, hits it up against the board that we're going to be using for the art, and then it comes back to it, and the counter determines what distance it is away. The ping only has 3 pins, which is presumably a good thing, and it requires no soldering. However, our hardware guy, Ron, would seem to disagree with that statement. But that's all we have for today, so don't forget to check us out on the web at meetsteve.wordpress.com and meetsteve.tk. Thank you.